good hot day, some good and bad. Got to get more consistent. But both sides flashed. Some of the young guys at times really flashed. For the most part, quarterbacks played pretty consistently. Like a few little things I want to get cleaned up. But Pender ran the ball well. You saw Pender. We would give him quite a few carries. Then later got him out and then got him back in there in some situational stuff. I thought he looked good. Tight ends a little banged. At times they're making really good plays and they got to be more consistent. Wideouts really had some good things, but still, then there's some little things on third downs, just on little routes and things. They've got to get cleaned up if we're going to, be able to run that football. When you run the football, I think we can do. You've got to be able to pick up a lot of 3rd and 3 to 5s and stuff like that. And there's a lot of detail on little routes that we've got to get cleaned up. I think in our passing game, defensively, Jalen flashed at me. Nobody else really. DeMarcus Walker at times. Sweat. I mean, again, I'll look and see on the film, but we'll have to look and see where we're at. But got better, improved. It's still not, typical stuff. Got to get better.
I know you said for you the second scrimmage was about situational play. What improvements did you see in situational play?
Well, I'll wait till I can't tell till I watch the film. I really can't tell all that. We calling plays and doing things and getting substitutions. I'll have to wait to evaluate the film before I can truly give you that answer.
The wide receiver seems like you're happier with them today.
Well, they made more plays, but still, we had about 3 holding calls on run plays.
Okay.
Then we're trying to block. I mean, you block and give effort, but then you can't be. You got to once a guy gets an 8-yard gain, you got to pick and let it go. And this, I know it's because they want to, but want to and smarts is 2 different things. You got to play intelligently. I mean, you got to play football with intelligence and understand the situation.
What needs to happen between now and Texas State to get that cleaned up? You think?
A lot of coaching, a lot of learning. Got to go to the practice field and keep going.
Jimbo, your early take on the quarterbacks, how they did?
I think if their numbers will come out really good, but there's a lot of things, game management, I want to get cleaned up. Some more consistency just in more eye discipline, where we're taking our eyes on things. For the most part, I thought the run game checks and things like that were relatively good. I think there might have been 1 or 2 little things that I'll wait to see the film that I'll look at. But for the most part, seemed pretty well.
In relation to the receivers and the quarterbacks, are you guys having the big chunk plays? You guys did a really good job of that last year.
We did. We made chunk plays. Today we did. We hit some big plays. Now I got to look why. There were some really nice throws involved, a couple nice catches, so we'll look and see.
Ermon Lane coming along.
Up and down. Made one big long catch today, but it's got to play more consistency, more urgent. You got to bend more. You got to play with his pad level too high.
You mentioned DeMarcus Walker. What have you seen grow from him, maybe from this time last year to
a lot more consistency and an urgency. You know what I mean? Even though he's just growing, he's a leader and sees himself as a leader and trying to take that responsibility.
So today would be significant for the quarterbacks. Was there a separation today, or you still need to go watch the film?
I got to go watch the film. I got to watch all that.
But overall,
I'm gonna ask you this. I'll name it when I tell you I'm going to name it. So next time you ask me, I'm going to tell you. Check your note. Well, I'm going to ask it. I'm going to say check your notes.
It's fine. So we'll start off every session next time.
All right, check your notes. I might not answer. Anybody wear some purple shirt out here?
Well, here we go.
Purple. That's enemy colors, man. Daggone.
Who, Clemson?
Yeah.
They're orange. They're semi-purple.
It's not Clemson week.
Does this guy follow college football?
I'm not a fan of the purple jerseys.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. Yes. What we got?
Everly's been getting more run with the ones. How's he doing?
Nah, today he had some snap. He had some snap issues. Cost us the ones the first drive. We were driving right down the field and got down in a bad snap. Cost us a drive. He had 2 or 3 bad snaps on the day, and that's something that happened that you take for granted. We can't. He hadn't been doing, but he did today.
How much of a stress has it been to try to find that right combination? Not so much just at center, but the O-line as well.
Oh, it's a challenge, man. That's a huge. People have no idea. That's why the multiplicity of people you put in. Now we got to start making some choices and go with it. You know what I mean? We got to live with our choices.
We say maybe O-line's kind of been the hardest part of the team to kind of fill holes, or has there been something that's maybe a little bit more difficult?
Well, I look at it, they're all difficult. There's more multiples there. I mean, more people. So I guess from that standpoint, you probably say that.
Chemistry, I'm sure, is important everywhere, but on the offensive line, where they're moving in such a cohesive unit, how much are you looking for that right combination?
Oh, you had that. I mean, that is the critical thing. We had a chance for a big play today where we didn't pass a call down and how the guard pulled, and he was up inside, and we wanted him to pull long, but the call didn't get to him. You know what I mean? They made it out there, and just assignment was right, but little things like that, that's critical now. And when you get 83,000 people in here yelling, it even becomes tougher.
So with 2 weeks till a game, do you have to lock in a little bit on who those 5 are?
We will. We got to have 8. You got to have 8 to at least keep a rotation. And if we got more than that, we'll be good. I mean, that's what the NFL travels. You know what I mean? You got to have 8 guys. You got to have 8 guys, and we got to start isolating those 8. We'll have 10 in the rotation, but we do have to start isolating. And we got to start making some choices. We'll have to look at some film.
Would you be willing to?
Is that another thing the quarterbacks kind of have to deal with too, with having guys?
Oh, there's no doubt who you're in there with, what receiver, how the snap goes. That's sometimes you're judging quarterbacks. I'm not in a hurry, because sometimes the guys around them are causing their problems, so it's unfair to really judge them. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important that some of those guys got to get their stuff cleaned up. That's why I'm pushing them so hard.
Those first few weeks, would you be willing to rotate linemen in the game, or would you need to have 5?
I'll do whatever we have to do to win.
Did it seem like these guys responded to the yellow brick road?
We'll see. I'll watch that film and see. Get a little better on some things.
Maybe.
That's not just an overnight deal. So that's a continual process.
Getting closer to the Wizard.
We're going to see. We ain't to the Wizard yet, I promise you that. We're still fighting the Wicked Witch.
One more. How's the continuity going between the quarterbacks and the centers? Is he, Everett and Alec are here?
Good. I mean, underneath has been good. The shotgun snaps is where we've been off a little bit, and that's a real problem. It's like, because it takes the quarterback's eyes off from downfield, it's hard to grab and regroup back, in what you're doing. So, but there's a bunch of good ones, but there's a few we got to get cleaned up.
Is it hard for the centers to kind of gain a continuity with the quarterbacks?
No, hell no. Snap the ball right behind you, 5 yards, about neck high. They're all about the same size. They ain't moving.
Is this common to have when you're trying to evaluate quarterbacks? You've said throughout your whole career you've had 2 quarterbacks. Is this the first time where the pieces around it have made it this tough to try to evaluate those guys?
No. I've had bunches of those. Had quite a few of those. That's part of the decision-making process, because sometimes the result doesn't always tell you what you need to know.
Jimbo, you talked the kickoff luncheon. One of the things you talked about was the young players learning how to work the way maybe previous teams have and things like that. Is that something that 2 weeks into camp is a concern or
not a concern, but it's about expected. I mean, it's about and a lot of those guys were in the same place when they were like that. I mean, like I say, not working, but Telvin, that knucklehead, I love him to death. That knucklehead drove me nuts for about 2 years, but I loved him. I mean, you knew he wanted to do the right things. You know what I'm saying? But they all those guys went through it too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not anything of major. No, it's very not uncommon.